doing anything at all, just trying to get by, sitting in the proverbial muck, wishing I was anywhere else. Even longing for a serving of the slop being fed to the pigs. It's a pretty bleak image. But see, there's a part of this moment that we're not seeing, that I didn't see when I was there. See, the Father was hurting too. For as much as the Son was feeling the shame and regret of walking away, for as much as he was reeling in the anguish of his decision, the Father was feeling the pain of separation too. He didn't ask to have his Son taken away from him. That isn't what he wanted. Now, I'm going to invite the band to come up right now. I want you to listen to a song that describes this moment so perfectly. And as you listen, I want you to hear these words, the words of this song, as the voice of Marlon to Nemo, as the voice of the Father to the Son, the voice of our Father God to us as children. Listen.
Was it something that I said? Was it something that you wanted? Was it something I withheld? What could be the reason that you turned to walk away? Where could you be going? Are you coming back someday? My heart's still breaking, but we're pushing still remains. Know that I've been waiting to see you here again. Next year, that you will love me too. I will return.
when I'm covered with muck, wallowing in the mire of shame and regret, neck deep in humiliation and despair, there's the loving voice of the Father, patiently waiting for us, gently urging, turn to me, turn to me, I love you. When you're in that place, those are not easy words to hear. They can so easily be drowned out by the sound of the grunting pigs, of the voices in our head saying, you're not worthy. You're beyond repair. It's all over. This is what happened to the son in the parable. Check it out there, verse 17. When he came to his senses, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have food to spare? Here I am starving to death. I'll set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. So he got up and went to his father. Stop there. Do you see the son stop there? I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. You know this, underline. When you've got that kind of thought bouncing around between your ears, it's pretty hard to hear the voice of God saying, I love you, return to me. He goes so far as to say, I would be willing to work as a house slave for you, because even that would be better than my life has been out here. That's a pretty powerful statement. I don't know about you, but I struggle to comprehend being in a situation where indentured servitude is the better of the two options in front of me. I certainly hope that's hard for you to imagine as well. But we see that even though he believes he's not worthy, even though he's not sure how the Father's going to react or receive him, the Son makes the decision to return home, to throw himself at the mercy of his Father, asking to be a servant, really anything, to be back with him. What about Marlin and Nemo? What's going on with them? Well, at this point in the story, Marlin has experienced countless dangers of the sea. Sharks, a minefield, sunken ships, complete darkness, anglerfish. We'll call that the aquatic equivalent of sleeping with the pigs and slurping swill. And even though he and Dory have survived it all, the whole experience has only further validated Marlin's fears and worries. Now, despite Dory's complete and utter devotion, Marlin is either unable or unwilling to trust her. And by not trusting Dory, it inevitably leads them swimming through a giant swarm of deadly jellyfish, which threatens to kill them both. Now, luckily, Marlin and Dory, just barely clinging to life after getting out of the jelly field, are found by a group of sea turtles. When Marlin wakes up a while later, he discovers that Dory is not only alive and well, but making friends with the sea turtles. Now, there's two big things that are going to happen in this clip we're about to watch, and I want to talk about the first one before we watch it. Now, remember I said earlier, Marlin is not an example of God in this story. But here, we finally start to see something click for Marlin. I want you to watch and see how Crush's response to Marlin's concerns may more closely resemble how